It is important to recognize that traditionally for Black people, it has been harder in this effort to give value to the African American culture in the development of Panama. So today, the fact that, for example, I am the first female architect afro-descendant as the vice mayor's office in the City of Panama is a merit. 46% of the canal workforce came from Barbados, so they could come more from Banfield. My paternal great-grandfather came to build the canal and grew up in an environment where being Black and speaking English made you a second or third-class person. I also inherited the shame of being Black, because as Black, you couldn't aspire to good things. I also inherited the shame of being Black, because as Black, you couldn't aspire to good things. However, in my dad's generation, he worked twice as much to prove that he could be equal to other white people and that he was a person who stood out. Actually, today is a day to say that more than ever we feel prouder to be afro-descendant, and that this May celebration is present in all our actions and expressions throughout our life. Actually, my family felt really proud, and it was expressed in that recognition because, in the end, it is about recognizing all the African descendants' contribution in its right place of the development and culture of Panama. Obviously, I was born Black, but the environment where I lived made me reject my condition, and the more I felt rejected, the more difficult it was for me to hide those characteristics that made me Black. For example, I used to suffer at Mass. I used to go to the Iglesia del Carmen Mass with my father, my mother, and my sisters, and I felt that people didn't want to shake hands at the moment of the peace part because I was Black. Rediscovering myself as Black in every sense of the word has made me feel more freedom in how I see, how I speak, how I dance, how I interrelate with others, and where ethnicity has added value to the contribution that one gives. I always say that for me, the Asian continent has brought spirituality. North America, meanwhile, has everything to do with the economy, capitalism, and business that are an important part of the country's development. The European continent brought culture, wisdom, knowledge, literature, and the African continent brought rhythm, strength, loyalty, belligerence. It is what has brought to all mankind, while Latin Americans have brought joy.
Y los latinoamericanos la alegría.